Oh, don't cry, little girl.
Bodies require.
Queef of the week.
Welcome back, one and all. It is the Josh Potter Show. I'm Josh Potter. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I am not alone here in what formerly was known as the R-Word Motel. We have a guest today. The one and only Ryan Sickler is here from the Honeydew. How are you, sir?
I'm great, man. Thank you for having me.
Please plug all your things.
Ryan Sickler on all social media. RyanSickler.com is my website. As Josh said, the podcast is the Honeydew Podcast. Go watch on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. I got a Patreon called The Honeydew with Y'all, where I'm doing stories with y'all. And so far, I talked to a woman who had two. I've talked to a guy who had his head.
By the way, this is the nice boy clock. Keep in mind,
you can bleep that.
That word that you beeped, you call it the no-no place.
The no-no place. She had two of those.
Two no-no places.
And I talked to a guy who died. Talked to several people who found out their father, who they thought was their father, wasn't their father. Talked to a guy. This one's coming out, and I will say, I talked to a guy.
You showed me this one yesterday.
Who was a heroin addict, and when he went to pick up a package, another heroin addict snatched a bag from the guy, and the dude was out with a and it went all over that dude, all over him. He the dude's out all over his face onto that guy's face.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so subscribe. It's only $5 a month. We're not doing any crazy stuff out there. And yeah, those are my plugs.
That's it? All right. Well, look at that, friends. And the Honeydew, by the way, did you mention it comes out on every Tuesday?
Audio on Monday, video on Tuesday. Originally set up here by Nadav over there. We've kept the formula.
That's right. So you can go listen to the Honeydew, and then you can come here and get broken.
Murder.
Sounds like you talked a lot about that.
There's been a lot of that, yeah.
Speaking of no-no,
I have talked to two people who've taken someone's life.
Wowee.
Two
Actual murderers.
Well, they're not murder. Well, one guy got off on a court technicality, so it's still TBD whether he actually murdered that guy or if it was self-defense.
It's all good. We're fans of OJ on this podcast, so
I can tell. I see the gear.
Yeah. And flex on him.
Another guy got into a fist fight with a dude, and when he hit the guy fell, hit his head, died from hitting his head. So
that's like an accident.
It's like manslaughter, or I don't know
that's
what
like
it
an
was.
oopsie.
But either way, took two lives taken.
Yeah, you're just like, I just wanted to punch him in the face. I didn't mean to have him smash his head on the ground and kill him.
Yeah.
Oopsie daisies. Speaking of no-no places, it's quarantine. We've been living through. We've been talking about it. How much no-no place you get this quarantine, my man? You get a lot of no-no spots?
No.
No?
No.
Not a one?
No.
I thought you'd be throwing down on some no-no place.
Look, man, I've avoided STDs, knock on wood, all this time. I'm good waiting a little bit longer to get through death. You know, there's a cure for. I do feel like also it feels easier these days to tell someone you might have given them an STD than you gave them the coronavirus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can call somebody and be like, look, man, I might have gave you some chlamydia or something. They're like, I'll go get a shot for that. You're like, hey, I was around somebody that can't taste. They're like, what? Oh my God. You know,
yeah, no, it's
panicking.
so true.
Yeah,
it's so, and it's getting worse. I thought it would be getting better by this point. Like, in the beginning of quarantine, you know, women were into, like, you know, let's go for a drive and maybe we'll, you know, touch our no-no places together and stuff like that. But now it's like, oh, it's running rampant, so it's gone all of a sudden. It's evaporated.
Have you had a lot of no-no
I've
action?
had a few here and there, but I haven't had, but it's been hard to date is all I'm saying. Like,
oh, yeah, of course.
there are no dates. I mean, I had this thing I was doing for a while where I would have girls meet me and then we go for a walk to get a to-go margarita. And then Governor Newsom took that away from me, too.
He took everything away.
He took it all away from me. So now here we are stuck. all I have now are sports. I'm thankful that the Buffalo Bills are have been as successful as they have been. By the time you're seeing this, my team,
One of us is going to be upset.
will have faced Ryan's team. And yes, one of us will be upset. I told you this yesterday. I'm playing with house money at this point, so like everything's a bonus for me. So if we lose, I can be like, we won a playoff game at home for the first time in 25 years. I'm cool with that. You guys have a little bit of a different pedigree. You've won a few Super Bowls. You've gotten to this point before in recent past. So this is like something you're used to.
I don't know about being used to it. I mean, it was the first Super Bowl was 2000. The second one was 12 years later. You know, once you get
say that like it's long.
Well, it is a long time when you've tasted it.
I guess.
And then you want another. But if you got some no in 2000, it's going to be hell wait until 2012 to get it again. You know what I mean? When I was a virgin, I didn't know what I was missing.
That's true. I went 22 years without seeing a single no place. And
how much longer on that clock?
it's tough, isn't it?
I know. I've been demonetized. I know.
Yeah.
I always tell Ash, I'm like, go through the first 15 minutes and cut anything out. The best one was Joey Diaz. He goes, all right, the language.
Oh my God, Joey Diaz and the nice boy clock. They're not even a thing. I'd have to bring him in after. Don't even let him in the door before the nice boy clock.
I'm like, Ash, you got to clean up some of that language in the first 15 minutes. He's like, okay, I can do that. But what about the kidnapping story? I'm like, we got to roll the dice. Content's one thing, language is another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kidnapping. Like, they might demonetize it.
But yeah, no, I went 22 years without seeing a single no place, and then you want your next one pretty quickly. So I guess that's a familiar feeling. Like that's like Eagles fans who are crying right now. It's like you just won a Super Bowl like 3 years ago.
That's it. It feels like forever when you got the taste, and it's like, man, I need more of that. That's what the rush is. That's the heroin, and I mean, we're certainly, like you are right now, built to win another one. What happens, I don't know. We're very similar teams. We have very similar quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We've got both have really good D. This is the matchup I think most fans want to see. Outside of the two old farts playing each other, this is the young guns going at it right now.
It's true. They're the new class in the AFC at least is shining through. In the NFC, you still got the crusty old men. You got Rodgers, Breeze, Brady. It's if we had Brady on this side of the fence still, it would be like that still too. Probably.
But you got Watson, you got Mahomes, you've got Allen, you got Lamar Jackson. He's a good quarterback.
He's gonna go someplace else though.
Yeah, he had almost an MVP season on a team. So yeah, but that's young guys
on
right there.
On a poopy team.
Yeah, I'm sorry, on a poopy team. And you got Baker Mayfield, of course, too. So the AFC North was the best division in football this year.
Yeah, and Baker Mayfield I'm going to bring up in a minute. I wanted to mention something, though, as the nice boy clock expires here. Some things I have to plug real quick is some merch up at our merch store that involve
Mr. Unlimited.
You know who that is, right? Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
That's right. Now, Annie, who isn't here today, unfortunately, Annie has, ranked quarterbacks for us, you see. And we're going to get to the results of those in a second, or at least just talk about it. Annie's not here, so I don't want to go over the results, but we do. I mean, obviously the season's ended. But I asked him, which of the quarterbacks do you believe has allegations for the R word, and that doesn't mean their intellect? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm with you, yep.
You catch me? Catching my drift? Nope, that's not what it is. But no, so I asked him who R-worded, maybe, allegedly, some ladies, and he thought it was Mr. Russell Wilson, the biggest choir boy there is.
Yeah.
And ever since then, he has been acting in ways that have been very weird. And it's something, I'm not even going to breach this topic. We have 30 seconds. I'll wait to bring up this little part. But
is it 10 minutes? I go 15 just to be safe.
I do 10 because I can't. Listen, I'm already just sitting here going is it over? Is it over? Oh, God. But the Sussel merch is up at the merch store. That is the point. There are other things up there as well. We have the Buffalo shirt. We have to say Buffalo because copyrights protect the children. We have the Buffalo hat. We have the Josh Potter Show shirt. This is all the merch up at store.ymhstudios.com. So pleased to be buying that and checking out the Sussel merch. But yeah, now that we're out of the nice boy clock, apparently the Seattle Seahawks, there's been a couple gentlemen in the front office arrested for kiddie porn.
Is that right?
Yeah, I just saw that story last night, and I'm not going to get into the details because I haven't researched it enough.
Wait, not just one guy there, multiple people?
There are.
That's
they're
really
investigating
weird.
Multiple people.
I mean, that's really weird.
How sus is that?
Yeah, to be investigating more than one person
I'll pull
in an
it up
organization.
here. While I pull it up, Zolo, would you mind pulling up Mr. Unlimited? So that Ryan can see what kind of psycho we're dealing with here?
Sure thing.
Awesome.
Russell here. Yes, the typical boring, yes, Russell, the robot Russell, the one you guys love to know. Real exciting. Yeah, I'm real exciting. But anyways, everybody has to have an alter ego, right? And I've been thinking about what my alter ego would be, and I think I have an alter ego. His name's Mr. Unlimited.
The fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
Mr.
Yeah, you gotta be unlimited. You know, you gotta have a thought process of being unlimited. So when people ask you, you know, what you're thinking about or what you want to do in life or where you want to go, you gotta be unlimited. Tell them I'm unlimited. You know what I mean? So when they ask you certain questions like,
who brings you motivation, Russell?
Mr. Unlimited.
Who's your role model, Russell?
Unlimited.
What?
Who's your go-to person for advice, Russell?
They think Pete Carroll, they think this person, think that person. Love you, Pete, but it's Mr. Unlimited.
You should have asked Mr. Unlimited what the fuck he thought about making this video. That's who you go to advice.
I just think, how many women are creeped out by you, Russell?
Sierra's not.
Unlimited.
Who's the most likely to have kiddie porn on their computer?
Mr. Unlimited.
But it turns out...
How much kiddie porn do you have on your computer? It's unlimited.
Unlimited.
This guy... So I found the story. Disturbing news out of the NFL is what it's called. I'd say it's disturbing.
If there's about to be a kiddie porn ring that goes around the NFL...
Well, there was an investigation... But it only yielded the results of one gentleman. Security manager Aaron Miyasato has been arrested and charged with possession of sexually explicit content involving minors. Police found 25,000 child pornography images while searching his home. The team released a statement that Miyasato has been fired.
25,000. I don't have 25,000 of anything collected.
I don't have 25,000 like pics
dollars.
Of tits. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't have especially dollars. Is this the article up here?
Yep.
He's already the ex-Seattle. That shit just happened.
Yeah, they fired him pretty
He's
quickly.
the ex one right away. Whoa.
How much jail time is he going to receive, do we believe?
Unlimited.
So, yes, the Sussel merch is up at the store.
How many shirts do you have in stock right now?
We've got 3 shirts up in their stock.
I thought you were going to hit me with an unlimited.
Oh, I don't. I wish it was unlimited. Unfortunately, there is limited shirts.
Okay.
As I've learned. I think the one shirt, the Buffalo shirt, is almost sold out, so I would get on board with that one pretty quickly.
That's fantastic, dude. The roach look. I mean, that is excellent.
It's one of my proudest moments.
It's excellent.
I can't wait. You know, I'm waiting for the Bills to just distance themselves from me completely. To be like, look at this fucking guy who's wearing our logo in the things he's saying every week in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
Biggest fan. One of your biggest fans here,
that's
guy.
all dude, embrace me. You have OJ on your wall.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Like, let me be a part of the team. Like, if we get a Super Bowl parade, let me be in it. Why not? Just because I fucking play queefs and shit? You know what I'm saying? It's fucking mean.
It's in support of the team, though. That's what
it is. I love them. They're everything to me.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad that I have heard inklings that they are trying to distance themselves more from. I mean, there's a rapper, Griselda, Benny the Butcher. These guys talk about like murdering people, I feel like, or they're in their music and things like that. They talk about violent things. But the Bills have like accepted them as like, here's the official anthem of Bills Mafia, and it's like one of their songs.
You
So I
guys
should be
throw
able-
babies through tables that are set on fire. Like, let you be a
Right,
part of
I am
this.
your fans.
Come on.
I am
Come on.
everything that you
Come
are.
on, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's get into some more sports talk since our teams are facing each
yeah,
other, and I would like very much to beat your team, but you know, I'll take whatever happens that happens here. Everyone's favorite topic after terrorism: sports. So yeah, people hate when I talk about sports sometimes. They're like, sports are gay.
I know. I get that shit too.
Sports are gay is the weirdest comment I've ever. I get that one en masse. Don't you understand that makes you a TikTok when you say something like that? Like, so what if they're gay?
I mean, look, I hope.
Like, what if sports were gay?
I hope
Then
Aaron
what?
Rodgers is gay. Like,
I would love Aaron
me
Rodgers
too.
to be gay.
I wish somebody on his level, like I wish the meanest motherfucker. I wish
Dude,
what's
I've
his
said
name
this time and time again.
I
want
from
Ray
the
Lewis
Rams.
to be gay.
Yeah, that'd be great if Ray Lewis came out.
I
I
used
was
to
like,
do.
Look, man, I'm gay.
I used to do an empowering gay character named Gay Lewis, who would go around
Gay Lewis.
and he would do motivational speeches that would end up being gay. Can you do me a favor? This is something that I created, so it won't get demonetized. Can you just Google Gay Lewis and see if the audio shows up? Because it is just my YouTube channel.
Sasha Gay Lewis.
No, it'd be just write Gay Lewis, Josh Potter videos, maybe audio. I don't know. Damn it! It was in SoundCloud, so that's probably why. Damn it!
I found it.
Oh yeah.
Now
here
you
it
got to
is.
start thinking to yourself, what does this mean now for
You can fast forward
for the
slightly.
Buffalo Bills, right?
Are you?
It's good to be on with you, Fred and Reagan.
Yeah, you're
Good Lord.
you're in Radio City Music Hall. You're covering the draft.
So many men here.
That's right. The best talent in college football all waiting to get picked. It must be exhilarating just to be around all that.
Not to mention all the men. You see the crowd here? It's the type of sausage party Gay Lewis loves. The kind of gathering I wake up for in the morning. I pray to the Lord every day that I can be in a sea of masculinity like this one.
Well, all right, yeah, I guess a lot of dudes at Radio City Music Hall last night. Look, let's turn to the Buffalo Bills trading up to get Sammy Watkins. I mean, do you think they gave up too much to get there, Gay Lewis?
For a talent like Sammy Watkins, you can't give up too much. I'd sell the farm just to have one night.
One night, you mean one game?
He's got such strength. His hands are sure. His lips are soft. This is the type of man the team can rally around because you never know when it could be your last chance, your last moment. You need to appreciate every day. And an ass like that makes a man feel good to be alive.
I mean, I know a lot of people are talking about his
You
dreads.
could kill it now. Yeah, so it was all a lot of that. It'd be like, you know, you gotta wake up in the morning, kiss that man on the mouth. That kind of shit. I want that so bad. I want a guy. I said Aaron Hernandez. I've said this time and time again. If he would have just come out of the closet, been gay, and he would have been an icon, he'd be on the $20 bill right now.
There'd be 3 more people still alive.
That
including
too.
him too. Yeah.
That too. Instead, he was so closeted that a man spilled a drink on him, and he goes, "Would you call me a fag?" And then he shot him.
Is that really how it happened? We killed 2 though, right?
Yeah, I think he killed the guy that he was with too. At an intersection, you know, he like followed them out of the club. At the very least, that man just spilled a drink on his clothes.
Like,
which
who's
he
the baddest
coveted.
motherfucker in the NFL right now?
Right now?
Yeah, who's the baddest?
Like grittiest, scariest Aaron Donald, maybe.
Yeah.
Ndamukong Suh.
If Sue came out as gay, how
I don't even want.
How
that,
hilarious!
That was Ryan Sickler, Ndamukong Suh, that said that. I would never think that you'd even consider it.
Dude, when Tom and I were in Nebraska and they gave us the tour.
I heard you're not allowed to tell these stories.
Well, there's a couple stories we're allowed to tell. I believe. Let's just say that there was a night that Ndamukong Suh was at the bars having a good time, And then when he rode home, somehow like 5 or 6 cars were smashed up.
Oops.
And
I don't know.
And when the police got there, they investigated thoroughly, and it turns out that a cat, someone's pet cat, ran across the road, and it startled him behind the wheel. And thank God the cat was saved, but some cars got damaged.
That was his story? And they were like, yep,
Listen,
checks out.
That's not just his story. That's the story of the whole town.
That's the police story?
Yeah, they all got behind that shit.
They're like, but you're healthy for Saturday, right?
You can play Saturday, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that cat's fine.
Unlimited.
So, I mean, I forgot how we got onto that topic about
the gay guys.
The gay guys.
Gay football players.
Yeah, I don't even remember how we got there. But nevertheless, a guy who is in the news that isn't in our matchup this week is Baker Mayfield. And because one of the guys who has been our queef of the week many a week is Colin Cowherd.
Colin Cowherd, yep.
You call him Colin Cowherd? I call him Colin Carward.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that guy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, he sucks. His backwards hat rants bug me because I think a guy with a forward. I should go team backward hat right now just for this rant. But like team forward hat to me, like he always says this guy is like, this is not the guy you want representing a corporation in front of the backdrop of the team. You don't want this guy in front of the Ford.
Tom
logo.
Brady's had hats on backwards when he's won Super Bowls. What are you talking about?
Not according to Colin Cowherd. He says that he has it forward. He's a forward hat man.
I guarantee you can find a Tom Brady hat backwards right now on a Super Bowl celebration. I can see it. I can see it with his hands on the side of his head. There. Look
was it when he kissed Robert Kraft on the face during the Super Bowl celebration?
There's tons of hat.
Well, that's He
Tom
shits
Brady.
on Matt Stafford. He shits on Carson Wentz. He shits on Baker Mayfield, obviously. He always has a hard-on for shitting on Baker Mayfield, though. And Baker Mayfield obviously went into Heinz Field and demolished the Steelers.
Demolished.
Unbelievable. I couldn't believe that it happened. And so at his press conference, he, to clap back, so to speak, at Mr. Colin Cowherd, he said that he goes, hold on a second, and then he threw his hat on backwards. I felt like I should throw my hat on backwards for him for that. But I just think a hat forwards guy is a guy who's like, I beat my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is a hat forwards? You know what I mean, though? Like, this hat forwards versus hat backwards, it's not so polarizing. Like, a hat forwards guy is like, yeah, I've got 25,000 images of child pornography on my computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a hat forwards guy to me. A hat backwards guy is a guy that's like, want to go get a beer? You want to smoke a J? You know what I'm saying?
I do, but I also don't subscribe to any of this bullshit. Your chain's too long, your hair's too long, your hat's backwards, your hat's forwards. I mean, does Bill Belichick, the greatest, I mean, as much as I don't want to say it, statistically the greatest coach in the NFL history, the guy wears a hoodie with sleeves cut off. Is that right? He looks like a fucking homeless guy over there.
Does.
And he's coaching
a bazillionaire, by the way.
And the winningest coach of Super Bowls in the history of the game. So,
yeah,
I just can't stand Cowherd. These guys that, if you really listen to sports talk radio, they'll say the same. They're like, you can't win with a guy that wears his hat backwards.
Exactly.
And then it's a long pause. Can't do it.
Hat
backwards. And just keep saying the same thing for 5 fucking minutes, and you've said nothing new the whole time. You know, it's like being in a bad relationship. It's like being in a bad relationship and just arguing with someone, and you're just like, you haven't said anything new. You've said that 10 fucking minutes, 1,000 different ways.
I just can't understand how you could have a guy be the leader of men and have his hat backwards. I just don't get it.
I don't understand.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to explain to Colin Cowherd, when I see a dad with his hat forward, I see a guy who wrapped his Mercedes around a tree.
All right, I'll get on the bandwagon of judging.
I have to go the opposite direction just to counter Colin Cowherd, you understand? You know?
I do. Outside of sports, since I've become a father, I have definitely prejudged people more, especially men. And if I see a guy in khaki shorts with a braided belt and a polo tucked in, I'm like, this guy fucks kids. This guy fucks kids. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to go the other way. I thought you were going to be like upstanding gentleman. Because Colin Cowherd would be like that.
Yeah.
He would be like, there's a stockbroker for Chase.
Yeah, there's a guy in boat shoes I want doing I'm like, no, that's a guy that probably fucks kids.
Yeah, I agree with you. I see that outfit and I'm just like, how many bodies are in your basement?
Get away from that guy. Get over here. No, I see that shit at a park. I'm like, let's go. Like, what is there, a homeless guy over there? I'm like, no, this guy over here in khaki shorts.
We got
a braided belt and fucking and a polo tucked in with a cell phone on the hip. Like, get the fuck away from that guy.
Oh my God.
That guy's got 25,000 images of porn on that fucking phone.
Yeah,
or maybe they're unlimited.
How many children are locked in your basement?
Unlimited.
Well, another little since we were talking about broadcasters, I always like to bring up I love broadcasting. I always wanted to be, as a child, a broadcaster for a major league sports team. I wanted to be the play-by-play guy for the Buffalo Sabres. I wanted to take over for Rick Jeanneret, really. And so I grew up studying those things. I went to school for communications, which if you're doing, stop right now.
That's what I graduated with. Mass
Don't
comm.
fucking finish. Just run away.
Bachelor of Science in Mass comm. I went heavy on physical therapy. All right, wait. Can we do a little experiment?
Yeah.
All right. You wanted to be the Buffalo Sabres call. How about this?
Right.
If you could look up the video, all right, I'll never forget this in my life. Clint Malarkchuk used to be the Goldie. That's how some parents said it.
I have his jersey, by the way.
He used to be the Goldie of the Capitals, which is how I knew him.
Really?
But then he went to play for the Buffalo Sabres. And Clint Malarkchuk, freakishly and accidentally, was sliced by a skate blade in his jugular, and while on his knees on the ice, it is spewing out. Can we hear you do that call?
I know the call by heart.
Well, let's hear your version
because Mike Robitaille was the color man at the time.
Neck slice.
And he goes, this is what Mike Robitaille does. He goes, they're coming down the ice here, passing the blue line across the ice. Oh, Malarkchuk goes down there, crashing the net. And God, turn the camera away. Turn the camera away. Oh, my God. Oh, God, don't even show it. Don't even put that on there. Oh, God, there's blood gushing. That's the way Robitaille handled it. That's exactly, we can't play the audio of it, but that is, if you go up and listen to it, that's what you'll hear. You'll hear Robitaille.
I want to hear your call.
How could you do it any differently? Here's what I would have done. You want to, go back and start it over.
I want to know what you would do when this guy's neck,
I don't know whose
jugular
I
gets
can't see who the players are, so forgive me.
That's okay.
It's like Craig Muni coming across here. He is in the neutral zone across the blue line. He goes, passes it across the net. They're crashing the net. Malarkchuk with the save. Oh, it appears Malarkchuk. Is there ketchup? Someone threw a hot dog on the ice? No? I'm being told he was... Oh, Lord.
Lord.
I'm being told he was sliced with looks like he got a skate to the... Oh, we got people passing out up here in the press box. Dude, do you know that people died of a heart attack during that game, seeing that live?
No.
Yeah, there was 3 or 4 heart attacks that happened.
No, because they saw the blood?
Because they saw that happen. And, because the blood pooled up so much.
It was a lot. I remember seeing this shit, and I'm like, what's going on?
I have a Clint Malarkchuk autographed jersey.
You believe? Look at that. I mean, I sat over here and pulled Clint Malarkchuk and everything, tied it into you. That's Buffalo sports, bro.
Hell yeah, dog.
I know what I'm talking about.
And that is a great example of just moments on the air and how people handle them that fascinate me. You know, we had Tom Brenneman at the launch of this show. He spawned a bit of ours where he, apologized because he said "fag city" on a hot mic. That's another thing that occurs quite often.
Yep.
Hot mics.
Hot mics.
You got a hot mic, and this is I've learned this through doing broadcasting. The mic is always hot 5 seconds before you go on. So if you're trying to sneak in something about Fag City, you should probably do it a couple minutes before you go on. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being like, oh, yeah, by the way, Ryan, San Francisco, what a fag city. Anywho, our 7th inning here, back at the, you know what I'm saying? He jumped. What did he think was going to happen there? Hola, amigo. Do you know what that means? Because I certainly didn't, and I took 12 years of Spanish, basically. But it means hello, friends, and I just learned it from Babbel. Babbel's the #1 selling language learning app, and one of my goals for the new year was to become a little more worldly and learn some new languages, especially the languages that surround me here in Southern California. I can go to, a burrito store and buy something now and not sound like a complete TikTok. I could go all over the place and communicate with people with their native language and sound a little more worldly. And Babbel's great because they've got 15-minute lessons that make it perfect, that are a perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Unlike the infamous language classes you took in high school, which were obviously worthless. I remember taking so many of them, and I've learned nothing at all. Babbel designs their courses with practical, real-world conversations in mind. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and your accent so you can sound more natural. So start learning your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, you can purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription. You get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months total for the price of 3 by just going to Babbel.com and using the promo code JOSH. That's BABBEL.com, code JOSH. And you get that extra 3 months for free. Babbel, language for life. So yeah, I've been fascinated by that, but I wanted to play for you the one that, like, the reason I started listening to Red's broadcasts in the first place was this clip from their broadcast back when Marty Brennaman was the play-by-play guy for the Cincinnati Reds, Tom Brennaman's father. And this is toward the end of his career. I think this was like this, I don't know, he just retired, but this is like when you started seeing, okay, maybe it's time Marty hang it up, excuse me. So here's I wanted to play this whole thing.
All right, folks, it is Ask Marty time. Yeah. This is where we ask the Hall of Famer to give his thoughts on any and every subject, baseball or non-baseball, always presented by CBTS.
That's Brantley, by the way, the color guy that does that. He has like he's an ex-ball player, but he has the greatest voice I've ever heard. Ask Marty time.
Tonight's question comes from the Twitter handle LaymanJohn7.
LaymanJohn7, bring it, Deegan.
Layman John wants to know, Marty.
Yeah, LaymanJohn7.
What is your biggest fear in life?
You know what?
Just slid that in there?
Wait, what's that? I just slid what in there?
He did.
What slid what? He didn't say anything yet.
Play it.
He's naming the Twitter handle.
No, you play what he
John
said
7.
after the first time.
LaymanJohn7, bring it, Deegan.
Layman John wants
You
to know.
didn't hear that?
Wait,
he drops an N-bomb right there. Are you joking with me right now?
I've never heard that.
Come on!
I think this is a Yanni versus whatever situation.
Yellow or black dress or blue dress.
Yeah. Because I think he says, "Bring it on, man."
I don't know about that.
I never heard that before until you just said that. Let's hold on a second.
Like, it doesn't need to go any further.
Hold on. Let's not. Marty Brennaman's not his son. Let's see.
Tonight's question comes from the Twitter handle LaymanJohn7.
LaymanJohn7, bring it, Deegan.
Layman John.
He says baby. He says baby. He says baby.
He does.
Oh my God, we're having
It's
Marty
a great
Gate
debate
right now.
It's a great debate
All right.
on Marty Gate. Play it one more time. I just want to hear it one more time.
Okay. Do we have in the booth? What do you think?
Yeah.
You think he says
N-word?
it?
Yeah.
It's an M word. He definitely drops
definitely.
it. With an A
All right,
at the end.
now that
with
I
an
say
A at the end.
now
but
that
he
I hear her
drops
say
it.
when he says baby,
Okay.
Let's try to. All right, here it again.
Famer to give his thoughts on any and every subject, baseball or non-baseball, always presented by CBTS. Tonight's question comes from the Twitter handle LaymanJohn7.
LaymanJohn7, bring it,
Layman
Deegan.
John.
It is
Yeah,
crystal clear.
LaymanJohn7.
Dude, there's no baby at all.
He might have said it. Okay, well, that puts an extra layer on it. I mean, I don't think that's in his vocabulary, though.
It is now.
Well, okay, so let's assume
This is what, when you played it, I thought that's where you're like, here we go. See, you're already in the twilight.
Well, no, that's what I think you were listening for that word.
The inner city blacks.
He wasn't like that guy. But here
It
the
was
rest.
worse.
But
It was worse.
Here, yeah, he at least cloaked it.
Yeah.
All right, so like hear the rest of the clip out here for me.
All right, folks,
'Cause it
it is
gets better.
Ask Marty time.
Yeah.
This is where we ask the Hall of Famer to give his thoughts on any and every subject, baseball or non-baseball, always presented by CBTS. Tonight's question comes from the Twitter handle LaymanJohn7.
Layman John 7, bring it,
Layman
Deegan.
John wants to know, Marty.
Yeah, Layman John 7.
What is your biggest fear in life?
You know what? That's a serious question. That's one that I would not make light of, because I think when you reach a certain age in life, maybe there are things that concern you a bit more than maybe they did when you were younger.
Inner city blacks.
One of the big fears I have is dying in a hotel room by myself. That's
Really?
about as honest as I can be. And the reason I say that is the pitch is strike one on a check swing that didn't check in time by Ruggiano. Two guys in our profession, Don Drysdale in Montreal and Richie Ashburn in New York City. And I don't think that's the way I want to go.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah, that's not the way I want to have it happen. Thank God Amanda's on most of the trips, so
that's a good thing.
It minimizes the possibility that happens, but
Well, you know, if you ain't feeling too good, you can always call me. I'll come over and sit with you.
I know you can.
Yeah, John Brantley remembers they're doing a baseball game here.
Yeah. I'll return the favor by bringing a snake.
No, you will. You don't.
Here's a 1-1 pitch to Ruggiano.
Right back in it. That's the kind of shit that I love about sports broadcasting, is that. And that is why I played that, because Tom Brenneman, of course, famously, after he made his apology for his city comment there, the F City or whatever, he gave a call to the game. He was just, I apologize for I'm not that kind of man. And then, boom, Castellanos with a liner to the left field. He went straight into it. I am obsessed with those. Here is an example that just occurred in, I believe, the college basketball world. Let me see. Do I have an article on this here, Zolo, as we pull it up? I don't think I have an article on it. But,
I don't think so, but I have the video.
But you have the video? Okay, let's hear this one. This is a good one for the broadcast.
Being postponed and first half analysis. Now, I kind of want to know a little bit more about Tom Hart's dog, Larry, actually.
Well, we had to put him down a few weeks ago, Peter. Thanks for asking. It's an awkward part of the conversation, but, John, you got tennis shoes behind you, and that's a lot more entertaining.
That was pretty good handling of it.
That was solid.
It was a great way to be like, well, thanks, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. My kids are watching tonight, fuckface, but
actually, it's
buried
been a
him
real...
in the backyard and got dug up by a couple foxes last night.
It's been a real trying time, as a matter of fact, in my household, you motherfucker, but...
Dog was with us for 20 years.
But thanks for bringing it up at the end of your update, you lowly zilch.
Oh shit! I always liked the Bob Uecker guy. I mean, of course, I'm a comedy guy, so a guy
The ones that are funny.
that could literally do the same thing, and these guys are not even trying to be funny.
No,
which is what's hilarious.
That's what makes it more fun.
But Uecker was brilliant at being funny and actually being fucking funny. And
Yeah.
he was great with it.
Yeah, he was, I mean, to the point where he was cast in films.
Yeah,
He was...
so many of them. He was that guy.
For sure. I love hockey guys because it is such a fast-paced sport. You're constantly talking. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
baseball, I've learned to appreciate as an adult from a broadcasting sense, because the fact that they have to fill so much time, and we have like banks of examples that we have yet to get to on this show, but there's one of like Vin Scully. He goes on like a socialism rant in like the bottom of the seventh. You know what I mean? Like during a game, you're not afforded that time during hockey, because it's always like pass along the blue line, and then, you know what I mean? Like there's just constant action all of the time. Hot mics, though, have been the subject of a lot of things on this show, and a lot of athletes have been getting in trouble with hot mics this year, especially because they're finding themselves streaming, doing Twitch, doing things like that during quarantine. And I don't know if you're familiar with this woman. If you're not familiar with motorsports, Hailie Deagan is a very popular motorsports driver. Can we pull up her images? Do we have the capabilities? This is mostly why she's popular. Also, she's talented, obviously, and all that. She's in the truck circuit, very young. But, yeah, this is not your typical NASCAR driver. They're hoping she goes the way of a Danica Patrick.
I was going to say,
So, I mean, obviously she's very popular on social media and things of that nature. And she was recently doing a Twitch, I believe, because motorsports is one of the easiest ones to adapt during quarantine. Like when they were unable to operate, they started doing like esports versions, e-races. And these rigs, by the way, since I can't buy a car in my life ever again, I'm going to buy one of these someday. You pay like 30 G's for these things, but these racing rigs are super dope. And they do a lot of e-racing or iRacing or whatever they call it. And I'll read the headline here. NASCAR driver Hailie Deagan apologized to everyone who was offended by her saying the R word during her Sunday night Twitch stream. Now, I stream on Twitch. I think I might have let a couple R words slip a couple times. But
I said it on an album. You know what I mean? It's there forever. So
yeah. Well, do we have the
allow
audio
people to
of
say
this?
it if they make the mistake? I mean, allow people to apologize if they make the mistake.
Yes, of course.
And grow from it. I bet you she never says it on a hot mic.
And I don't
again,
know.
just
I don't
to
know
her
how
friends.
old she is.
I know. Look at her. What is she? Probably 25, 24.
Probably less than that, actually. But let's hear the way she uses it. Let's see how she says it.
This is fun. Oh, hey, who's the retard behind me? Don't do that, please.
So you know when she's out there on the real track, though. Her spotters here and all kinds of fun shit.
Man.
I mean, I have one of the actual best parts about going. Have you ever been to a NASCAR race?
I have.
One of my favorite aspects of going, I've been to many myself, is purchasing the radio so that you can listen to the
I've
team
never done that.
communications.
Yeah.
It's my favorite fucking thing to do.
Isn't that kind of insane though? Like, what if I paid you to listen to that team over there and you just radio shit to me? Like, could you imagine if they let you listen into the headsets of NFL?
I would love that.
Right? But if you knew somebody on Buffalo, you could be like, they're about to run this audible.
Well, that's
right
different because what you're listening to in the team communications is spotting mostly. And when it comes to strategy in that way, everyone's strategy becomes different based off the way their car is performing. So there really is no advantage to hearing another team's communications. In fact, sometimes you would radio into another team's communications to see if they're going to pit or if they're going to help you in a draft or something like that. So it's a different sort of angle.
I've been to NASCAR and Indy. I went to the 500 one time.
I'm jealous of that. I've never done that.
That was awesome.
But that's the difference.
And I saw Danica race there before she went to NASCAR.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Danica, is she still fucking Aaron Rodgers? I don't think so. I think he's onto something new.
I don't know.
He's got some new
Some other guy?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's the guy.
You think it's him?
I think it's him. I think it's him,
He's
and
got too
I
much
hope it's
tail.
him.
He's
I
got
hope
too
it's
much
him.
tail.
What does
It
that
needs
mean?
to be a star like him. But
It's
I don't
him.
think it's him. He's got always Hollywood chicks around. Who's he fucking right now? What's that say? I can't
Has
see
a
behind
warning for the next partner.
Oh,
Right there. She has a warning for the next partner, it said. What's
Well,
the warning?
Olivia Munn says that the sex was terrible. Apparently, she said that on
Because she wasn't a guy.
a podcast. Because she wasn't a guy.
That's it. What's the warning?
I can't read any of that, Zolo. What do you think? Do you mind? I'm sitting here like, okay, we're gonna hear what this is all about. I don't even know who that is, but he was with Olivia Munn, and then he was with I thought he was with someone right now, like a Hollywood chick.
It's more. It's not a warning about the next person he dates. It's a warning to the next person she dates.
Oh,
yeah.
Danica. Danica was a weird one to go from Olivia Munn, don't you think? Danica's older than Aaron Rodgers. I forget how Aaron Rodgers is like basically my age.
Shailene Woodley, that's the girl.
Shailene Woodley, that's who it was.
From
not Hunger
Big
Games,
Lies,
the fake
Big Little
Hunger
Lies,
Games.
or something like that.
Isn't
too?
it the Virgins or whatever? Is that
He's
it?
really pretty. He gets around old Aaron Rodgers over here.
Yeah, she's a babe. Good for him. He went from I'm not a Danica guy. Is that weird?
I mean, if you're Aaron Rodgers,
that's who's most.
Imagine what's coming at you on a daily basis. I'm sure you have your pick of whatever you want, but imagine being tortured and not being able to come out for fear of your whole entire fan base, the sport. I mean,
again, I think it's a different time, and I think someone needs to do it. It needs to be there needs to be an NFL star.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Star.
No disrespect to any player out there, but
who was the one dude? Not Monty Teo. He was the one with the invisible girlfriend. Who was?
He got catfished. I can't remember his name, but he
Poor
made
guy,
it. And then
he was in the league for a sec.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback. Get the fuck out of here.
100%. Yeah,
it's going to happen sooner or later. One of these younger kids probably going to have more balls to come out because they've been around it longer.
It'll be a different time.
Yeah.
But in the locker room, it's like that's where it gets to be the thing. Because how many homophobic players are still in the NFL?
A shitload.
There's more of them than there are gay ones, probably at this point, unfortunately. But speaking of love triangles, there's do you follow basketball at all?
Yeah.
Paul George, player on the Clippers. He's been talking about the fact that he's getting chirped a little bit more this year than he has in years past. And I started wondering maybe why that is. And I did a little digging, and I found out this guy, this is maybe a prominent story, but I had no fucking idea that this was happening. Did you know that Paul George used to date a woman who was Doc Rivers' daughter?
Whoa, I did not.
And Doc Rivers was his coach at the time.
You're fucking the coach's daughter?
And he cheated on her.
No.
And impregnated a stripper.
No. Oh,
and the reason this came to light because it turns out Doc Rivers' daughter moved on and married Seth Curry.
Stayed in the NBA though, but moved on.
Yeah, she's dated NFL players. She's been Doc Rivers' daughter's been getting some pretty high profile,
some high
profile dick.
Okay.
And so Seth Curry though, the way that it came to be was Seth Curry, obviously the younger brother of the good Curry, Steph. Yeah, Seth is on what the fuck team is Steph on? Dallas, I think. Yeah, Dallas. And so Paul George was playing him, and he something happened where Seth Curry stepped over him and was like, "That's what you get, bitch," and fucking talk shit. Everyone's like, "Whoa," where'd that come from? Oh yeah, that he cheated on his wife. But I don't know would you get mad if you're playing across from a guy, because comics fuck other comics' girlfriends and stuff, right? Have you ever had that happen where you want? I don't know how that would be the equivalent. You walk off stage and you'd be like, yeah, well, now fuck face. How does that? I don't feel that kind of jealousy.
I mean, look, if anyone's fucked anyone I've dated, I don't know about it, so I don't know.
You don't know. You don't ask those.
But I wouldn't bet on it.
You wouldn't? What do you mean?
I just wouldn't waste any money betting on it. Probably's happened. Who knows?
You don't ask about those things?
No, I haven't had sex with. I mean, I've stayed. I haven't shat where I've eaten hardly at all in 20-some years, barely.
Well, I'll challenge this with that comment. In smaller scenes, oftentimes there are women who aren't comics who just come around.
Sure.
We call them chuckle fuckers.
Yeah.
And they fuck everyone in the open mic scene. So me and my buddy Brian were Eskimo brothers 6 times over, but we didn't give a shit. We never were jealous of each other.
I'm Eskimo brothers with my own brother, so
that's dope. Would you do it at the same time?
No,
because that's some fucking.
No, that's no. That's incestual and
is it?
Yeah, and yeah.
I feel like that's kind of shit that you would do if you were
Mr. Unlimited.
Probably. I mean, I didn't know it at the time, but there was a couple girls that came out later and were like, "Oh," but see, here's the thing. Then you have to instead of getting mad, you have to take a pause and be like, "Okay, you had brothers, but you also fucked twins." So it's a bucket list thing.
Oh my God, you're twins.
Yeah.
That's why you should Eiffel Tower a girl more.
Definitely don't want to do that.
You could get such a high caliber chick though who would want to fulfill that fantasy.
I don't like hanging out with my brother that often anyway. I definitely don't want to fuck a girl with him and high five over her back.
Dude, this is why I wish Annie was here so fucking bad right now, because the people that I know that are really into this and talk about it like it's normal.
I'll tell you a story.
The inner city blacks.
Annie is definitely that.
So I wanted to ask him, do you know? Because I have 3 friends, all of this persuasion, who fuck chicks with their brother. And talk about it like it's just you don't fuck chicks with your brother?
Well, that's the Earl Thomas thing.
Earl Thomas did it?
So Earl Thomas this is during Corona and the off season. This year it happened.
That's right.
So in addition to Trouble last year, Earl Thomas this year, you can look this up. Yeah. He and his brother have an orgy with these girls, And his lady finds out about it, and she grabs her piece and shows up to the place with some of her girls, and starts waving her pistol around, everything. She doesn't have the clip in, but she's threatening everybody. I'll kill you, bitch, and this motherfucker. And he's fucking these girls with his brother. Yeah. And she gets arrested because she forgot she had one in the chamber. And they were like, ma'am, we got to take you. And they took her. And now he's got a restraining order against him.
The gun fired in the house, right?
I don't think it fired. I think she just was waving it to threaten everybody, and she took the clip out so she didn't shoot anybody, but forgot about the one in the chamber. So there's a bullet in there. I'm just
running train with my brother.
I'll tell you this story. I've never told this story before. A girl told me. She was some chick I worked with a while ago, and she was a train wreck. And she's telling me, and she would tell these stories out loud to anyone in the office that were listening. We'd all look at each other like, would you be fucking sharing that story with everybody? So she told me she was dating this one guy, and it turns out he had cheated on her a bunch, and he had a sex addiction and all this stuff. So to get back at him, she fucked his brother. Okay, and then she fucked his brother and then his other brother. And I go, you had a threesome with both his brothers? She goes, no, I'm not like that. I fucked one weekend and then went back the next weekend and fucked the other one. I go, that was your solution to this guy hurting you, was to try to hurt him by fucking his brothers? I go, that's a guy that doesn't even care that you do that. I go, what was his response? She goes, yeah, he didn't care. He said, how was it? And this chick says, you all have the same dick.
Yeah, what did you...
Oh, you all have the same dick.
Talk about the ultimate backfire.
Said it straight like it was nothing. Like, yeah, I fucked all three brothers and you all have the same dick.
That's actually...
this is too much.
That's actually something that's like a knock on her. Because she went she was like, I'm going to get back at you by fucking two other dicks just like yours.
Just like yours. And he was like, I don't care if you fucking...
Yeah, and they all probably high-five at Thanksgiving every year.
Yeah, they all talk about it. They all know about it. Mm-hmm.
God.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
They don't think before they do things sometimes, these ladies. Well, we have to get to some serious business. You know, it's the news time. Where is that one I would like to have? Oh, here it is. Yes. So, you know, here in quarantine, we were talking about all the pussy we weren't getting. So just that alone is tough. But trying to find true love is something in quarantine. Have you noticed these people, by the way, on Instagram and things like that, who have found like their one during quarantine? You know that shit's gonna fucking
I haven't
crumble,
seen
right?
that stuff.
There are a bunch of codependent people out there who have found each other during isolation, and now they've found the one. You know, I've noticed this on Instagram. It's just so funny because you know it's going to crumble the second.
Well, here's the other thing about that. Maybe it won't. Maybe because you're forced to actually get to know somebody and sit on top of them all day, and it's either going to work or it's not, and you're forced to be together. So maybe these people are finding. I'm going to be a bit of an optimist.
That's
maybe
nice.
they're
That's
finding
sweet.
some true love. I doubt it.
I also, I'll be an optimist for a moment and look through some rosy shaded glasses and consider the fact that many people are spending this time with their wife or husband and realizing that that person is a dirty cunt and I don't want to be around them at all.
I agree with that too.
So maybe they're having a bit of an awakening. This gentleman, you know, I mean, first Kim and Kanye, oh boy, that, you know, first that happens. Now this couple really made me just, I don't know if I believe in true love anymore. This bodybuilder, he decided to marry a sex doll. But then, you know what he did?
What did he do?
He was cheating on her while she was off at the repair shop.
With a human or another sex doll?
Well, let's find out. He couldn't even last a month, it says here, without cheating. That's without arguments. This person's trying to be funny. He goes, that's without arguments. That's without her nagging him about watching too much football, because, you know, robots don't do that kind of stuff. But this guy's just really horny, it turns out. He's a porn king. He let's see here. He married the sex doll, breaking her within a month, right? So that's one horny dude. So he broke her within a month, and then what the fuck did he just get? I'm trying to find out if he fucked another doll or what.
I mean, it's not cheating if the person isn't alive.
Well,
I feel like if you were into, what is it called when you fuck dead bodies? Is it necrophilia?
Necrophilia is when you fuck a dead person, right?
I feel like you could fuck a bunch of dead people and it wouldn't be cheating on any of them. You know what I'm saying, John? A lot of bodies dropping out here with this coronavirus.
So you're saying...
I'm saying dolls and dead, there ain't no cheating. That's what I'm saying.
You're equating the... Huh. So if you...
murder.
Then you can fuck them, and technically you're being faithful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is something. It
If she's alive, you got the other thing to think about.
I think this guy just fucked another robot.
He fucked a silver object, it says.
That's it?
How did this make the news?
Yeah, why? And is this a robot or is it just
He
a
cheated on her with
real
a silver
doll?
object. So he fucked... It's does it have a photo of it? Because I do believe it's
That
like
thing right there?
That's the silver object he cheated on her. That's the mistress.
How do you even fuck that? What is
like that?
Well,
He's
there we
gonna show
go.
us.
There we go. There we go.
This guy is like...
Yeah, you're really worried about cheating. You made a video of it. Great quads, though.
I mean,
Great
right?
quads.
Why can't this guy just fuck a regular girl?
He could easily. He could.
He
Get,
must-
this guy
you know-
could get laid. This is the problem.
This is the problem. He's too horny.
That's it.
He literally can't fuck enough.
I mean, what is that? It looks like a weird cheese grater.
His dick's so fat that it can fit inside of like a soup pot.
Yeah, it's like a canteen. Like
yeah. He's fucking a soup pot like it's a fleshlight right now.
Filling it.
Filling it.
Now he's licking it and shit. Like,
he's got shoulders like me.
see, this is proof right here. Just because you're good looking doesn't mean you're not batshit crazy.
I mean, this guy's got shoulders like me.
Yeah, this guy does have Josh Potter shoulders.
This could be me, and like, this
What in
looks
the
like
fuck
me.
is going on here?
I mean, this is sexy. Let's be fair. Can we get a picture of the doll there, Zolo? Does it have the doll?
I want to meet the woman who
Dude, I
sees
did not
that
know-
video and goes, "This guy."
Dude,
is
I did
the
not know
one."
that video was even like a thing. That's
This bitch has sunglasses
Good
on.
job on finding that video, Zolo. Yeah, she's out on a day at the beach, of course.
She's got sunglasses.
You imagine this guy just going around, be like, "Babe, you want ice cream?" He's like talking to it and shit at Venice Beach or some shit. You're just walking around, you see this guy rollerblading with that.
Well, you know what? If all these people bringing their fucking service animal that's not a service animal everywhere makes them feel better, this guy should be able to bring his fuck toy everywhere he goes. Why not?
I agree, my friend. He's a bodybuilder too. It's bizarre. Well, you know, if only we had so many more sex robots in the world, perhaps we wouldn't have so much human trafficking.
Would you fuck a real doll or a sex robot?
I'd give it a whirl. Why not?
You
to see
would?
if it was, you know, if like Whitney brought her doll here and she was like, "You want to give it a try?" And I'd be like, "Sure, I'd fuck it." You know what I'm saying? Because that one like moves its head and shit, and it's
Yeah.
like, "I will blow you." You know what I mean? Like it's real. It's like it'd be interesting, you know? Is that like interspecies fucking? Like, would you fuck an alien if they were hot?
You know what? I'm not gonna say no. It just depends if I don't die. Like if they praying mantis me at the end of it, and rip my head off or something. No, but
Because that's the thing. It's like you wouldn't fuck a dog, but would you fuck an alien?
That's a really interesting question.
You know, like what if they look like Mystique or something from X-Men?
Then sure, but what if they look like a dog? Then I'm like, what do I do? Do I fuck a dog
What
or
if
I
it's
fuck this alien?
This alien's a babe, but it kind of looks like a dog. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
It's
God
saying
damn
some
it.
hot shit though. Bleep lorp bleep. That's like suck my dick or some shit. But yes. Anywho, I wish that we had more. That's always the argument. Like sex dolls would prevent people from raping and doing things like that. You know, that's always
That's
the one
not
thing.
what
You
it's
don't think
about.
it would? I don't think it is either.
No, it's power. That's what they always say. It's about the power, and you know, there's no power. The doll's not fighting back.
Yeah,
you know?
not to have this part of the story, but do you think for pedophiles it would help? Because I do know plenty of that haven't expressed their urge. I'll never forget, there's a comedian, Greg Stone. I hate telling other comedians stories, but he's like told this on television and stuff like that. But he used to work in like a nursing home, and there was an old man that he would tend to and talk to every day, and he was like, on his last dying moments, and he was like, what was the best part, or what are you most proud of in your life? And he said that he never acted on his urges to have sex with children.
Ooh.
That was his proudest thing, that he never acted on it in all of his years.
He should have put a pillow right over his face.
And then he died,
there.
and he was like, wow, what a moment.
Jesus
But do you think if they had dolls or whatever, it would prevent it?
No, I don't.
It would make it more, maybe invigorate it?
No, I think you'll find a new avenue of freak that are like, fuck yeah, we've been waiting for these kid dolls to fuck. But also, there's Chucky out there. You know what I mean? That little... You cut a hole in Chucky. Just go fuck Chucky.
Go fuck a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Go fuck a Cabbage Patch. There's all these Disney princesses. My daughter's got 2 of them. They're this big. Cut a hole in them and fuck them.
Odd Yeah, that'd be an odd angle for advertising.
It's a Moana you can fuck by Disney.
yeah. They're like,
it's bendable and fuckable.
We can sell them to little girls as, life-size dolls. We can also sell them to creeps.
Listen, nothing's going to stop those fucking pedo freaks. Nothing
at all.
Nothing is going to help them. It's not like you're going to be able to... Therapy doesn't help. Medication doesn't help. They're just fucking sick, degenerate pieces of shit.
Yeah, I know someone who's going to be inquiring about that Moana doll.
You do?
Mr. Unlimited.
But here's my theory, why I'm bringing that up about the dolls and such, because you see, a tale as old as time... At the Super Bowl every year, hookers from around the globe ascend to the city in which the Super Bowl takes place. And already there have been in Hillsborough County, down where the Super Bowl is about to be played in Tampa Bay.
Where is it this year? Tampa, yeah.
Yeah. They've already arrested 71 people. And, they're announcing Super Bowls earlier and earlier now. Like, we know the Super Bowl is going to be played in L.A. next year. We knew that, 3 years ago, before the stadium was even built. Mm-hmm. So what these sheriff's offices and law enforcement offices are doing is they're getting ahead of the prostitution before it comes there. Why? I never attached why prostitution and the Super Bowl are such a thing, but there's such a connection there. It always has been that way. I always thought the players, but then I'm thinking, well, there's only 106 players or whatever. How many prostitutes do they really require? I guess 106. But
I don't know if they're brothers. If the Watt brothers are out there, they all fucking one girl.
Yeah, the Edmonds brothers. The Griffins? The dude with the one hand. Use the one hand on it, dude. But so now they're already getting on top of such a hot button issue, and I think it also has to do with coronavirus. Do you think the pandemic will hamper any amount of hookers coming to Tampa Bay this season?
I don't know. I don't think anything hampers pussy. Nothing. The men want it. The women have it. And, I mean, a deadly pandemic is not stopping people. People are still getting laid. People still getting pregnant. People still having babies. No.
Actually,
nothing has ever stopped the sale of pussy.
Do you know there was
nothing?
There was a story last week that we had that said that this is actually going to be a baby bust as opposed to a baby boom.
You think
less
that?
Babies?
I don't know.
I think it might be because the people that are housed together are already married and maybe already have children, and like I said, there is a mass fraction of the ones that are being stuck together that are realizing this person's a dumb cunt and they don't want to live with them anymore. And so then the ones that are left are also deciding, a percentage of them, if this is sustainable to have a child.
Yeah, because we could be stuck for another year or two, and then you have a newborn. Man, nothing like that to fucking ruin your
exactly.
family.
But anyway, back to the hooker thing. The hookers are not going to stop. They said they will continue.
They're never going to stop.
They're not going to stop. They're going down to Tampa, and they will be at the Super Bowl just like every other year. Which we do need a sense of normalcy in this fucking pandemic, and I'm glad the hookers are continuing on their way to the Super Bowl. And I hope the Bills go to the Super Bowl. What's wrong?
I'm cheering them on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I threw in a Nadav laugh, and I get scared that I made a mistake. Sorry. I see they talk about things back there.
Back there.
And I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I do want to wrap up with that because of the fact that our teams one of our teams could be in the Super Bowl. We don't know at the moment of this taping. We're both very happy and friendly with each other.
I wanted to say this because I forgot to say this at the top. I recorded with you yesterday, and it won't air until the week after this one drops.
Right.
So someone's still going to be upset.
Baby. Double dosage.
Someone's still going to be upset.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm playing with house money. I will root for the Ravens to win the Super Bowl if they in fact beat the Bills.
Thank you.
I hope the Bills go to the Super Bowl because, and I don't know if this, I'm going to kind of hold him to this, but Tom Segura said on the air that he will send me to the Super Bowl if the Bills go.
Bro,
so I gotta
the pussy's already there.
I gotta put his feet in the
Potter's
fire.
next.
Yeah, we got the hookers. Yeah, clear out all those hookers down there in Tampa before I get there. I don't want anything to do with them. But no, I hope I mean, that would be wild if the Bills went to the Super Bowl. I don't know how that would play out. I couldn't even imagine. People are like, "Are you coming home for the AFC Championship?" I'm like, we're not even in the AFC Championship yet. Who says that we're not even going to have a home game for that?
I was going to say, if you win and Kansas City wins, you're
we
going
play
to
in Kansas City. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But people have in Kansas City asked me if I would come too. It's just weird that people are going to sports and we're not allowed to. I don't like that at all. But you know who's not going to the next round of the playoffs?
Who? Tell me who.
Mr. Unlimited.
That's
Old
right. He's
Sussel.
been eliminated. Poor Sussel. But yes, we do have the Sussel merch up at the merch store, store.ymhstudios.com. It's up there now. That is the front of the shirt and the back of the shirt. People were confused. They thought they were two separate shirts, a lot of people. They're like, I want the one with the 3 on it. I go, nope, same shirt. Also, we do have the other shirts, the hats. Pleased to be buying those. I also want to get in a plug and mention that I am going to be at the West Palm Beach Improv on March 21st, and I would love very much if you came out to that. Buy the tickets. They are on sale at the website. They are also on sale on my Twitter at J_Potter, on sale at my old Instagram at Josh_Potter. Please also continue to rate, review, subscribe on the iTunes. All those things help so much. And what else do I got to promote? That's about it, I believe. Watch this fucking show every Tuesday. That's it. Do you have anything else you got to promote, Ryan, before we get out of here?
Just RyanSickler.com, Honeydew on YouTube. Subscribe, Honeydew with y'all on Patreon. Good luck to you next year. I hope we beat you this Sunday. And it's going to be a fun game. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I hope Lamar Jackson figures out that he can throw in snow. I don't know how it's going to work, but good luck to you as well. And I'll be texting with you come tomorrow night. And you know, if I'm not alive on Tuesday, you know why, friends. But we'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Real quick, last thing. Please keep your emails coming. I've got some great viewer feedback we're going to get into next week. Some great articles that you've submitted. And more queefs keep coming in. The queefs keep blowing in, as it were, into the email, which is joshpottershow@ymhstudios.com. Thank you to Nadav. Thank you to Zolo. Thank you to Chris. Get better soon, Annie, please, Jesus Lord. And I will see you next week. Thank you very much.